Hello, everyone. I think we're live. Hey, welcome to Paper Roots Scrapbooking. I'm Dean. Today we're going to be tackling my March Madness prompt for myself. So in the month of March, I'm going to be trying to go live every day around 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So I don't know what that translates to everybody else, but that's where I am. So that's where we're going to be. I think there might be a couple of days where I have to go live at a different time, but I'll let you know the day before that happens. And of course, there'll be a couple of days where I'm not around at all. And that's just the nature of things, I guess. But for today, we are going to play along with both Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Series 14, as well as Calvin Ball. So if you aren't familiar with those, Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches is all about following a sketch to do your scrapbooking, and that is this is her 14th series. So if you go to her Facebook group, which I've linked in the description, you'll find a ton of sketches there. You just click on albums and the sketches from each series are there. So I think she used to just grab sketches from wherever, and now she has people that make exclusive sketches just for this series. So that's really super exciting. This one is by Sean Styles Lar. And I couldn't find anything by Sean online, so I didn't link it below. But if I do find something, I'll put it in the comments. And yeah, as well, Calvin Ball. So over at Scrap Happy, which is a membership group, they have a bunch of different things going on in their membership. And one of the things that they do that they'd like to include everybody in is Calvin Ball. So Calvin Ball is a fun game where the rules change every day and it's super fun. So if you're curious about that, that's also linked in the video description below. Basically, it's just a fun challenge that they give you a list of things to put on your layouts and you get points for them, and then you go on the leaderboard. And it's just for bragging rights. It's just for fun. It's just to challenge yourself to make layouts and add some of those things that we don't think about sometimes. So it's really good to encourage you to use up things that are in your scrapbook supplies. Okay, so let's get started. Today's sketch is a double page layout, so I'm actually going to do a double page layout. Some of the I mentioned before, I'm working my way through this box of photos here that were pre-printed before I started printing at home. And some of those things are trips. So there's some certain events on those trips that have lots of photos. This basketball game is one of them. So my family and I, we live in Canada, and we drove down to Portland to watch the Trailblazers play. So that was a fun trip, and that we did that on a March break when we had 2 kids still living at home. So this is us at the game. I think this is going to go on this side. And so, yeah, me, my husband, and our 2 younger kids, and we drove for, I think it was 17 hours from here to Portland. And the boys were thrilled. So it was good times. Okay, so where should I put this? Maybe right here for now? Okay, so basically the photos go something like, I think it's over here. There we go, something like that. And we watched the Trailblazers play the Minnesota, Timberwolves. My kids are big basketball fans, and so is my husband. I like to watch live sports, but otherwise not super interested, so I don't keep track of things the way that they do. So I am going to, and I actually think this is not right. There's a spot for a title here. So we are going to go, I think, like this. Something like that. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, so the way that I'm seeing this sketch is that there's 2 pages. There's 2 big squares kind of in the center on each page. So like where the photos are kind of contained, and then a couple of strips along the side and some strips along the bottom. So first things first, one of the Calvin Ball prompts is to use polka dot paper. So I didn't have any in the collection that I pulled, so I took this basketball collection from Echo Park, and that's kind of what I'm working with. And then in that kit has a ton of other basketball things that I have from just many years of scrapbooking about basketball. But I like that this is the same colors as the Trailblazers. So also the Raptors have some similar colors. So it's been good for my purposes anyway. Where did I put my trimmer? There it is. Okay, so I grabbed some polka dot paper that I thought went with the collection because there was no polka dot paper in that paper pack. And I thought, I'm going to get that point because I don't think I'm going to get a ton of points today. So that's okay. It's still early in the game, right? So basically, I will get 2 points just for making a double page layout. So that's a place to start. And then I'm going to get a point for making a YouTube video. So that's cool. And then we'll see what else. And now I'm using polka dot paper, so that's another point. Already we're at 3 points. Super exciting. 10.5 did I do? I think. Okay, I guess we'll find out if that's enough. So I think I did 10.5 by 10.5 for these ones. There's no measurements on the sketch. I'm just going with what I think is there. Uh-oh. My computer looks like it's glitching. I don't know if it's glitching on the recording or just on my computer. Weird. Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know if it glitched. I wonder if it's my camera. Weird. All right. I don't know what that is. It's very strange. Hopefully that's not going to continue. Okay. And then I'm going to get some strips. I'm just going to move my photos up off the paper so I can start laying things down. So when I was prepping my kits for this, I basically went through that box of photos that I just showed, and I picked out photos from those that I thought I could cut down to what was in the sketch, because I'm really going to try to work my way through those boxes, or that box, I guess. It's not as full as it used to be, but I just really like printing my own photos, and I think I got away from using those that were already printed. Okay, so those are my first papers to lay down. And then I'm going to need something across where this piece is. It's my camera or what? It's ringing. Huh. Okay. Maybe it just stops. Let's move them. Okay. What else? I do have some scraps. Where did the scraps go? No. I don't think I have anything that would go across both sides. So not that. And then I have this pack of papers here. So this is what I have. I have the 3x4 cards, and it's red on the back. So maybe I'll use a red. And then I have, what is this one? 4x4 cards, and it's got this basketball player on the back. This one, 4x6 cards, and it's this wood grain. This one is the same one that I had the scraps from, which is this. And it's got like a bunch of basketball words, and then on the back is like actual basketballs. The back of this one, so this one has players on one side, and those like glove things or what are those called? Not styrofoam. What am I trying to say? Those foamy gloves, you know, the number one. So those are cute. Could use that. Oh, maybe these. These have like sneakers or jerseys. That might be cool. Okay. Well, I'm actually leaning towards this word paper. So I don't know if this is the full 12 inches still. Where's the other one? Okay. Yeah, it's the full 12. So I think it's going to be about 2 across the bottom. Maybe 2 and a bit. 2 1/4. Sure. Seems right. My scraps. And then I'll do another 2 1/4 off of this one. There we go. And there we have it. What else? Okay, and then there's a strip along the side, which I think might be fun if we did, what's on the back? That. Or just the red. How about I cut off this strip of 3x4s and then cut it in half. So I'll make them 1 1/2. Just cut off this. 1 1/2. And then we'll have those 2 side pieces. And then we'll start assembling the layout. So before we get too crazy and I put that wild paper back that makes my camera go crazy, I'll start inking my edges. So today I have black Slit Distress ink on the go. So that's what we're going to work with. And yeah, we'll go with some red strips on the side and then some of the words along the bottom and then that polka dot. Who knew polka dots would make my camera go crazy? That was really funny. I wonder why. Probably because it just like can't figure out what to focus on. So I had to do at least one basketball layout because it's March Madness, which is actually a basketball term. So that's what where I kind of got the idea for the name of my series that was going to mix 2 crazy and wild prompts together. One being the Calvin Ball and the other one being Christie's Beautiful Life. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you. I've tried this before. And I did not succeed in getting the whole month complete. So I think I got to like day 20 and then I fell off the gravy train. And I think both times that I tried to do 30 days of sketches, I only got about day 20 and then didn't make it the rest of the month. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but we're going to try to get past 20. That's my goal. If I can get past 20 this time, I will feel like I've succeeded in some way. So, wild and crazy polka dot sheets. We'll get that going. There. Okay. So I'm going to just set that aside for a second. Take a sip of water. I'm thirsty. And I will flip this I'm not gonna put too much. It's really thin paper, so I think it'll stick fine. And I want to be able to tuck that red in underneath. So I want it to go up against the inside of the layout. So the the two pages that go together, I want this to be flush against the inside of the page. I'll do the same. And I'm just leaving about 1/4 of an inch at the top. That. Nope, it's not gonna work. I didn't do it right. Hang on. This is the top. See, it just does not like this paper, hey? That's so weird. Okay. All right. Then we will get some other things on there. And maybe if we cover up the weird pattern that it doesn't like, it will stop doing that for us. I think once we get our photos on there, maybe it'll be less wild. So this one kind of looks like it goes something like this in the sketch, and then I'm just going to trim off the bottom piece. And same with this one. Do this first before we put that polka dot paper that the camera hates. Wow. Easy. Just a little bit of an angle. Cut the end off. Okay. And then we want these pieces on there too, along the bottom. And that's the basic part of the sketch. The basic paper part anyway. We've got to get our photos on there, and I'm just going to set this on here so that it has something to focus on. And then again, I think I'm just going to put this on here so that it's not going too crazy for us. There we go. And there. Okay, now we can get our photos on. So let's start with this side. I'm going to move this one out of here, and we'll work on this side first so that we're not going crazy on the camera there. And let's see. So the sketch has the 6x4 photo kind of the bottom over here. So we'll get that down first. And I did not map my photos. I'm just going to leave them like this. There we go. And then We'll put the cheerleaders next. So this was from the outside of the building. Ooh, goodness sakes. Sorry about that. That was very loud. Goodness. Okay, so we got 2 pictures. We need 1 more picture. So we went early to the games because our boys wanted to watch the players warm up. So while they went down to the closer up, because our seats were quite high up, we went and got food and whatever. And they just loved being there and watching the guys warming up. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take my title from one of the, I could just use a sticker maybe. Basketball, what else do I have? I have, that's not what I was looking for. I have this one too. Texas basketball. It's orange. Not that I'm opposed to orange because the basketball is orange. But let's see what else we have. 4x6 cards. Okay. We could do basketball rocks or let's play. But I'd want to cut that down a bit because I did type up my journaling. Where did that end up? And it's going to go above that 4x6 photo. So let's cut that down first, maybe. Because you see how here we have the title here, and then we have the journaling strips kind of underneath. So that's kind of where I planned to put my journaling. And my journaling just says that we did arrive early so the boys could watch the players warm up, and also that who they were playing, who the popular players were at the time on those 2 teams, and what the final score was. So, and you know what's kind of funny about that? I didn't know who the popular players were, so when I went and looked up this year of them, I just read the roster and was like, oh, I remember that name, and that name. So those are the ones I remember. Those must be the popular ones because I must have heard the kids talk about them. All right. So this has kind of like a unique sort of title. So maybe what I want is something like All-Star Athlete. No, because that doesn't really talk about what we were doing. I would rather have Basketball Rocks. So what I could do is something like that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this card out. I think that's going to be my title. And I could, of course, just go and make it like Trailblazers or Portland or whatever. But I actually didn't pull an alpha for this very reason. I have so many collections that I was thinking I need to use more of like what's in the collection instead of always going outside of the collection to do the things. So I think I'm going to cut a little bit more off of here. And I might cut that top piece off too. We shall see. Okay, let's see where we're at. So if I put my journaling here, and then, yeah, I think if I cut that top piece off, that'll just, and then this coordinates with this paper here. So that actually worked out really nice. So I'm going to cut the top piece off. There we go. All right, so there we go. That's kind of fun. And then I have these 2 scraps. I'll put those with the other scraps. And I'm just going to ink the edges of these as well. This, not these. It's 2 words, but only 1 piece of paper. So there's that. Now let's talk a little bit about what the other Calvin Ball prompts are right now. So we're only on day 2, so there's not too many yet, but the list does get long. I remember from before, and it kind of gets kind of wild, like trying to get those things on your layouts. But yeah, for example, like this layout, one of the things on the list is green. Well, I don't think I'm going to put green on here. It would look weird. I don't want to make ugly layouts, just, you know. I have not printed off any avocados, but I have considered making like a bunch of little mini avocados, because that's one of the items that's on the list. And it's the, what do you call it, like mascot or whatever for the Calvin Ball. That's Scrap Happy, and so I feel like it's going to be on there for a while. And so I thought it might be fun actually to like try to like tuck in a little mini like avocado on my layouts, and then I would know that I made them during Calvin Ball. Like that might be kind of fun, you know? So anyway, that's a thought I've had, but I did not do that today. We actually, my brother's birthday was yesterday, so we went over to my parents' house today and celebrated with him. Had a nice visit. Okay, so that is the left side of the page. And see, now that I've covered up all of those wild polka dots, the camera is not doing its weird thing. It must just not like that pattern, hey? All right, so let's see. Here's the other side. There we go. And here's my sketch. Okay, so my sketch shows that we have 2 4x4 photos here, and then a 4x4 here, and a 4x6 down here, and some 2x2s. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I like how I'm getting a ton of photos on here. That's awesome. And these were all printed at 4x6, so I think that's been a bit of my hang up as well with scrapbooking them, since I've started printing like my own, and then I can print whatever size I want. I'm not used to anymore scrapbooking the like all 4x6, but it's been good because like 4x4 is a super easy size to cut down to. And then like these 2 are from the same photo, but I was able to get this guy practicing his shot and then some of his teammates waiting to catch the rebound and take their turn. So it didn't have to be the whole 4x6 of that because we were so far away, right? Oh, I have this upside down. Wouldn't that be funny if I glued it that way? My kids would have laughed at me. They're like, okay, Mom, we know that you don't really love basketball, but could you at least put the floor on the bottom? Common sense, right? Oh boy. Okay, so let's see if we can get these on here. I was telling my family today too that I have been watching a TV show that was popular when I was a teenager, and I found it on Amazon Prime, but I had to pay for like, I don't remember what the channel is. It's like Family or Nickelodeon. I can't remember. And it's one that we didn't have because we don't have kids, but it's a Canadian show called Degrassi, and they started out in the 80s with a TV show called Kids of Degrassi Street, and then the kids grew up, and it was Degrassi Junior High, and then it was Degrassi High, and then many years later, so that was like, I think it ended sometime in the 90s, and then in the and the kids were, it was like they were roughly my age, you know, like when the show was playing. And then I'm not sure when it started, but sometime in the late 90s or early 2000s, I guess it would have been, they started Degrassi, The Next Generation. And I had never watched it because I was busy raising my babies and whatever at the time. But I thought, well, since I have this channel until I stop paying for it, why don't I watch all of them? Oh my gosh, there's like 14 seasons of it. It goes on for an eternity. But it's kind of cool because the show, like the location or whatever, is supposed to be in Toronto. Now, how much of it's filmed there, I have no idea, but I definitely see things on there that are familiar because my brother used to live in Toronto. My son lives just outside of Toronto, so we do go there. I've been there enough to recognize some of the things. It's kind of cool that way. I think that's really interesting. And I think they missed their opportunity because I think that if they had like taken some of those things from the show, like the restaurant that was really popular for the kids and stuff, and like made an actual restaurant, I think they would have like been able to make a killing on that. And then my brother, who's an actor, was telling me about how he got jilted by one of the, like, once they had a name in Degrassi, then the actors, of course, would be known, right? And so he was up for a part and he didn't get it. So he called the other guy because they were friends, and he was like, hey, congratulations on getting that part. And the guy was like, I didn't get the part. And he's like, I thought you got the part. My brother's like, no, I didn't get the part. And as it turned out, it was taken by a kid from Degrassi. So neither one of them got the part. So he's like, yeah, I don't like that show. Stealing everybody's parts. No, he didn't say that. He was like, it was just kind of funny because we both thought each other had gotten this part and neither of us did because it was given to this guy who became famous for his part in that show. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Now, this did not turn out the way that I anticipated because I feel like my lines were supposed to... Anyway, I'm going to just trim this. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the shorter side of the line to be on here. So I'm just going to trim. Make that go away. Put a little ink. My bad. That's my mistake. Hi, Peggy. Oh, thanks for coming. I love that you're here. Yeah, I don't imagine a lot of people are going to actually watch live. I don't. I hope some people can. Maybe more during the week when people are home, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm just excited that you guys are here. And of course, it'll stay on my channel so people can watch later too. So that's awesome. Thanks for coming. Okay, so there's my 2 pages. I have my title, my journaling, my photos. I need a date. Here is my date stamp. And the date was March 25th, 2017. And I'm just going to stamp it right here. There we go. Okay, there. We're in frame. Yes? Okay. And then I'm going to embellish a little bit. So let's see what we got on our... So it looks like she put a little bit of a cluster here, which we can do because we can cover up. We could even cover up these people. I don't know who they are. They're strangers. And a little bit of a cluster by the title, which we can totally do. And then one over here, which is totally doable because there's a bit of like audience, the backs of people's heads kind of thing there. So let's see what we got. We have this little pack. So I had the die cut pack already, and then I got another one given to me. So I have doubles of a lot of this stuff. So let's see what we're going to do. It's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game, teamwork. Okay. So I'm thinking like maybe All-Star would be good because Yeah, we're watching NBA. Of course they're good. Basketball time would be great. Let's see what else we got. Slam dunk. Definitely with some of that happening. Okay. There's also these like triangle pieces, which I was gonna look and see. I know there was some kind of like was it a 3x4 card that had? I was thinking of like these little banners. Never panic, just play. Might be cute for those spots. So I might go ahead and use some of those. I like the 3x4 cards and stuff because I feel like it gives me other elements to work with. But in this case, I feel like I have too much because there's so many icons and stuff. And then I also got the die cut pack twice. So for this particular collection, I feel like I have so many, but then here I am still going to the 3x4 cards and cutting the pieces out that I want. So who knows, right? Got to go with what's inspiring us right now. You posted to Facebook. Oh, what? You can't comment on iOS. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I wonder why. I don't know. This is like the first time, like yesterday was the first time I've ever gone live on YouTube. I've done Facebook Live before. So if you are wanting to watch on a Tuesday, I'm going to be live on Facebook, not on here, because I do a live for my local scrapbook store on Tuesdays, and I'm pretty determined to support my little store because I want it to stay. We used to have one many, many years ago. Actually, we had like 3, and they all closed. And then one of our scrappy ladies was brave enough to open one here. So I really want it to keep going. So I've been doing what I can to make sure people are getting some content. Okay, so I have this, and it has Never Panic. Just play. I feel like these ones need to stay together, kind of. And then this can go also here somewhere. So that's good. Okay, so we got that kind of covered. I'm not going to do this. There's like a frame kind of thing, which I could do, but I don't have a frame in this collection that's big enough. So I'm just going to leave it because the frames are tiny. They're like this is a frame, like if you pop it out, and that wouldn't put a, like, I don't want just my face or just one of our faces showing. I want everybody's face, you know? Okay, so then that's my kind of like medium sized things. I don't think I'm going to do anything really big because it's because of the size of the photos on the layout. They're pretty big. Then I have some smaller bits. So I will probably do, let's see, do I have enough? If I have enough basketballs, I'll do one in each spot. So 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay. And then I think I'm going to see what else I have in terms of like these, because I want something a little bit different. And then I'm going to go to my Calvin Ball list and see what else I'm going to add, because that'll tell me a thing or two that I might want to put on here. Champions. Sure. That's a good one. I'm just going to do one of those though, I think. And then I have all these basketball brads, but they're not really the color of this layout. So I think I'm going to leave those off the page. because they're just a little bit too bold for what I have going on here. And like I said, I don't want to put things on just to put them on, right? But I will use that Champions. And then I'll go to some stickers. So let's get these down first. I'm going to just ink the edges of my little bits and pieces and then glue them down. So this one's your closest store is an hour and a half away. Oh, see, yeah, that was me too. For a long, long time, I used to have to drive to a bigger city to get to a scrapbook store. Now, that being said, there is a city about an hour and a half north of me. And actually, one of my kids has moved there. So I go there a lot more than I used to. But of course, when I'm there to see him, I'm not shopping for scrapbook supplies. But they do have 3 or more. I'm trying to think, is it still 3? There's 3 stores for sure. I think the other one closed, and then there's like a couple in like neighboring towns too that I have been to that were awesome. So if I needed stuff, I could always go there, but I really like having something just here in town. And I like having, you know, like classes and the people. I really just enjoy being able to go and like touch the product. Because I don't know, I'm a kind of a tactile. It's probably why I like to scrapbook in paper and not in digital, right? It's because I like to see what I'm working with and feel the papers and all the things. Okay, and we'll do this little cluster up here. And I'm just seeing on my Calvin Ball list that it says stars and arrows and handwritten journaling. Well, I already typed my journaling, so I guess that's not happening. But that's okay. Do a little lower down if I go over here. Oh, that's good, I think. And then I might move this because there's 2 little basketballs on either side of that tag thing. So I might move this piece over by my oh, that's good that there's stores in your area at least. Like, it's nice that I could at least drive to one. I know there's other people who don't even have that as an option, you know, or they just have like Michael's or I don't know about you guys, but we do have a Michael's here. It doesn't sell a ton of scrapbooking supplies though, so it was never really super helpful to me when we didn't have a store. But yeah. So there we go. Another Never Panic. Just play. Love it. So I never probably went to these, except that on the sketch they have those little triangles, and they made me think of these flag banners. So that's kind of how the sketch can be inspirational in more than one way, right? Not just the where to lay your papers and that sort of thing, but also like what elements are on there. Yeah, we don't have Joann's in Canada, but I've been to a Joann's in the States, and I definitely liked it better than Michael's. I do go to Michael's for basic things like glue and like Cricut mats and stuff like that, because they do have quite the section on like cutting machines, so my blades and stuff can all get bought there. I do wish I could use my coupons, but you know how that goes. But anything you can use your coupons on? No. Ugh. You know what I did find Michael's good for, and maybe the other craft store. I know Hobby Lobby is good for that kind of stuff too. Is like when I was setting up my new office, I went and bought like decor and things for the office. So that stuff's still good there. Okay. So basically that's it for that. I just threw my ruler on the floor. Sorry, guys. And I have, okay, stars. So there's star stickers here. So we can definitely get some stars on here. Let's do one here. You do have Hobby Lobby, Peggy? That's lucky. I wish I had Hobby Lobby. We do not have that sort of thing here. But I know that a lot of people like to shop there, like even not scrapbooker people, but like people that go to the States. They like to go and get home decor and that sort of thing when they're down south. So we got stars, and a 1 star here maybe. Let's see. Sure. Okay, so now we got stars. What else does it say on here? Stars, polka dot paper, yeah, arrow. Now I did grab this punch because I thought if I don't find an arrow, which I didn't, I can always punch an arrow out of one of the scraps. So let me see what we have for scraps over here. That's not quite wide enough. I do have, where did it go? I was thinking of like the top and bottom of that cut apart card, the 4x6. Yeah, this one. That's what I was looking for. So let's see. It's on the other side. Ooh, maybe that side too. I don't know. It don't matter, does it? When I punch it. So let's see if we can get an arrow on here or two. Or 3, because you know, everything in 3s, right? Isn't that like a design rule or something? Rule of thirds. I know it is in photography. Okay, there we go. I don't know where to put this even. Maybe like under here. And then another arrow on this side. I think maybe I'll ink the brown. This is like meant to look like the floor of the basketball court. So this one. And then I'll do the same with this one. I'll ink the floor side because it matches with that. There we go. Okay, so I think we got arrows now. We got star, polka dot paper, arrow, handwritten journaling. No, I'm not doing that today. Green, no. Avocado, no. Birthday, no. It's nobody's birthday. A staple. I could get staples on there. I did grab my tiny attacher. Where can I staple? Well, let's see. I could definitely staple here. And then I could put some up here. And then how about a couple over here? There we go. So we got staples and a flower. Well, this is not a flowery layout, so there's not going to be any flowers on there. So let's count up my points. I have a sticky note for that. Let's see. So I get a point for a star, point for polka dot paper, point for an arrow, no handwritten journaling, no green, no avocado, no birthday, a staple, and then flowers. Nope, that's not happening. And then what's on my other page? Well, let me see. So a double layout is 2 points. So that is 2 points. Making a video counts as a point. And I always share on the Circle community, which is a Calvin Ball thing. So if you are playing along with Calvin Ball, you'll know where that is. Facebook, I like to share in the groups that I'm in, and Instagram. So I got 10 points today. Yay! And then I can always add extra points if I decide to like comment on other people's Calvin Ball layouts too. So, but 10 points at the beginning is not too shabby. I did see today that somebody already has 40 points. And I was like, wow, somebody is way more prolific than I am. But anyway, that's fine. All right. So I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for those of you who came to hang out with me in person. And I hope to see more of you soon. And if you are visiting from the future, I would really love it if you'd leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, you can also leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye for now.